Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to another episode of CSGO News where I try and talk slow, and our first three stories today are all Brazilian stories, so wish me luck in trying to rattle all three of these off back to back to back. First off, I do want to talk about Fallen, who came out on Instagram yesterday and stated that he actually had color blindness as well as astigmatism in his eye that many people did not know about. I think me myself, I didn't even realize he had color blindness. On top of this though, he does have astigmatism in his eye, which causes defects and distortion of images, which obviously has not affected his gameplay. He's still one of the best IGLs and oppers in the game right now, but obviously in the future we could be seeing him and Fallen himself with more glasses on. Maybe for the next major, guys, he'll play the next major with glasses on. How this will affect his gameplay, I'm not really sure. Probably not too much. But yes, Fallen is not only colorblind, but also has other eye defects and astigmatism in his eye, and he is still that good at CSGO, so that's amazing to see. Get it? Amazing to see. Anyway, also our next story, guys, has to do with Hen1 himself. If you follow Hen1 on Twitter, a pretty big Twitter following, tens of thousands of followers, and he finally got contacted back for Steam support. If you guys are watching this as of right now, we have the Eleague Major Qualifier today. Hen1 has been locked out of his Steam account for the past 10 days, and has been trying to contact Steam support, and it took them almost 10 days to finally reach back to a CSGO pro player and get his account back, which is absolutely insane to see. Obviously helped the community there because we retweeted it, we favorited the tweet, and luckily they did see it. But if it takes a CSGO pro player almost 10 days with a large fan following to get Steam support to get his account back, how much time would it take for a normal person like me or a normal person like you guys to get your account back if you're falsely locked out of it? It's kind of crazy to see how bad Steam support can be sometimes. Hopefully going to fix that in the future. But also our last Brazilian story for all of you guys, Taco came on Twitter and said this: apparently for the Eleague Major Qualifier there will be a no beanie and no hat rule applied, which we can also assume will be applied to the Eleague Major. He kind of uproared about that in a funny way as well, because as many of you guys know, Taco, one of his signatures, one of the things we know him for is his beanies. So in fact, you cannot wear ball caps, you cannot wear hats in general or beanies. Now I really don't necessarily agree with this. If you're wearing a ball cap, there's nothing around your ears. What I would worry about is if a beanie or a hat's covering your ears, maybe they're mic'd up, maybe their coach is telling them something, although it'd be very easy for advisors to actually check that kind of thing. But yes, those are all three Brazilian stories back to back to back. And now on to more stories for CSGO News. And our next story is, yes guys, TSM has finally confirmed their roster for 2017, which will include Gares and Shahzam replacing FNS, and it will be Sempus. They will be keeping the 17-year-old Twist as of right now on their roster. Again, we don't really know for sure what happened to the whole contract system there, if another North American team tried to buy him out but couldn't afford it, or that they just re-signed him for a hefty bonus. But Twist will be staying on the roster, and TSM will be adding both Gares and Shahzam. Going to be a powerful lineup, especially if they can finish off those five. I don't really expect them to replace any other players there, but still a pretty solid five here from TSM. Expect a lot of them at 2017, at least for now. We have all these lineups that are talked up a lot, but we can have no idea what to expect from them. But they will be having those two new players, so it should be really cool to see what they can do in the future. But also something we found out, if you guys watch Counterpoints with Thorin and Moses, a very common Counter-Strike podcast and a very fun one to watch, the last one they uploaded a couple days ago, I found something very funny for all of you guys. I'm going to point this out, where Moses called out OpTic Hitch, and then Thorin goes on to call out Call of Duty Hutch. We all know Thorin takes little jabs, but Moses, not really the fighting type. Now apparently OpTic Hitch was calling out Moses for when he actually predicted OpTic to beat Mouse Sports, but to go no further. Then once OpTic actually went farther in the tournament, OpTic Hitch actually decided to retweet some of Moses' things, and apparently a lot of OpTic fanboys were taking it out of Moses. And so here's that short little clip, guys, from Counterpoints. Please don't copyright strike this. I'm sorry, Thorin.
Every time OpTic won a map in the playoffs was like a new round of like fucking just hate and vitriol spewed my direction.
Okay.
And it was Hitch. It was that OpTic Hitch who did it. He retweets that tweet right after they qualify. He's like the Dennis Nedry of esports. He takes down the security, he takes out all the fences in the park, lets the dinosaurs loose, and then just fucking strolls or tries to stroll out. I mean, Hitch got away, Dennis didn't. Yeah. But, he takes everything down.
Sadly didn't have the same end as Dennis Nedry. But,
yeah, this one could have gone better. This one definitely could have gone better.
Well, I feel like Hitch, we could obviously change one letter in his name and more appropriately describe him, so...
So it's just really funny to see the subtle jabs there. It's kind of funny because I've watched OpTic Hitch, ever since he joined OpTic a couple months ago. And when he joined them, as not part of their roster, not part of their actual team, he was formerly just Hitch before being OpTic Hitch. I watched him so long ago, and now all of a sudden we have CSGO commentators, analysts calling him out for apparently being a little bit too much of a diehard OpTic fanboy and having OpTic fans take it out on Moses. Kind of a funny clip there, guys, as they did call out OpTic Hitch, as well as the subtle jab at Hutch. I have no idea what between if you guys can tell me in the comment section down below what people have problems with Hutch for. I know Hutch is all of the way back from like the old men of OpTic days. I don't really understand what kind of problems that Thorin would have with that kind of guy. So anyway, and we did have a very small CSGO update just early this morning, actually a couple of minutes ago. By the time you guys watched this, probably a couple hours ago, where they did fix the CT models. Now, apparently there was this on Reddit as well, the screen on screen right now. Apparently at one point in time, you could actually see through the CT player models. Now, how people catch this kind of thing is actually insane. How you take the time to actually zoom in and see that you could see through the CT player models is kind of insane. They did make a minor fix, so you can no longer see through our characters. Also, a really big quick hint for all of you guys who are wondering why they changed the CT player models. My assumption as of right now, which actually someone told me about this, was kind of genius. Why they actually changed the CT player models was maybe because of hit registry. If they change that model, maybe it'll help that out. Only on the CT side, of course. They didn't change T models quite yet, but that could be a little hint or a subtle hint for you guys for the future. If they're going to continue to change player models, that might be towards the end of trying to actually solve those hit registry kind of things, which Nick Bunny brought up a long time ago. So that might be why. Obviously not confirmed. There might be other reasons as well and other add-ons in addition to the future. So it can be really cool to see what they change in the coming days. And there have been a ton of glitches so far. I know you guys have seen and heard about all these things. With these new HRTV sound updates, there have been so many glitches in the game. I mean, it's insane. I've had so many problems myself while during live streams, and hopefully these are going to be fixed very soon. A lot of problems. I mean, we need to go back to the days where there are such things as beta testing. Okay, Valve, you can beta test these updates and see these glitches ahead of time, but I guess they just like throwing things in the game and having the community uproar about it. But if that's how Valve likes to roll, that's how Valve rolls. And very last of the day, if you guys are watching this video right now, the Eleague Major Qualifier is going on as we speak. Now, how this is going to work, it's going on in a Swiss system, so the first team to 3 wins qualifies. The first teams to go to 3 losses do not qualify. Also, how it works out, if you win a game, you go 1-0, you play another 1-0 team. If you go 0-1, you play another 0-1 team, so on and so forth. So if you're 0-2, you should be playing another 0-2 team. If there are not enough available teams, that's where the system breaks down. But it's so far, it really should be a solid Swiss system. I like the system so far. We'll see how it works out. So we could have some teams getting lucky, though, in these best of ones and potentially get the best of 3 wins. So the first 8 teams through qualify. Going to be really cool to see what happens this weekend, and be really fun to see what teams possibly upsets. Hope you guys all enjoyed that. As always, my name is Jake. Remember, live, love, laugh a lot. I will see you guys all later today with another CSGO live stream, and also this weekend. Christmas break starts today. I finished my last final. I have one more, kind of like an extra credit final tomorrow, so not too hard of one. Hope you guys all enjoy. I will see you all the next coming weeks for some big giveaways and some big live streams, and also some really fun videos. Hope you all enjoy. My name is Jake. I'll see you all next time. Oh, also my sponsorship with Zuri is down. I'm doing one more giveaway for that. It's a bayonet. I think it's a field tested bayonet knife. That'll be the first link in the description, guys. Thank you again to Flashy and my good friend Zuri. He's a great guy, guys. Check out his website as well. But that's one last giveaway for that, and I'm going to plan my own giveaways for the future as well. I have some big giveaways coming this Christmas break. So again, a field tested bayonet knife down below. Hope you guys all have the best of luck with entering, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.